Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Kevin Bailey of the United States Navy, and today I will be showing you how to fold your Navy working uniform Type 3 boot camp style. Come on, let's go. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do with folding your trousers is make sure all your buttons are buttoned, because they will be checking for that during the inspection. Make sure it's all good. Alright, so you're going to lay your trousers flat on the ground, like so. Make sure it's all nice and neat. It'll be a lot easier if you're on a larger surface, but for the sake of this video, I'm doing it right here, so we good. So the first thing you want to do is take the right pant leg or trouser leg and fold it over to the left. And you should see your name tag facing you. Alright? If you don't see your name tag, you folded it the wrong way. So once you do that, press down, make sure all the sides are nice and neat. You want to dress the edges. And what I mean by dress the edges is make sure everything is aligned. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be one straight line down. You don't want it crooked. You don't want stuff hanging over. You just want to be able to run your fingers down the side, and it's just all one surface. All right? So once you get that to your liking, you are going to want to take the leg of the trousers, like so. You're going to want to fold it all the way up to the waistline. Alright? You want to dress it always to the right side. So make sure everything is lined up right here. Make sure that's straight. And then make sure everything on the right side is as straight as possible. Alright? So once you do that to your liking, you're going to want to take your finger and place it right in here. Alright? Just one finger will do. You're going to take the leg, bring it back down, and then you're going to take the leg and fold it right to where your finger is. Alright? And you want to align it to the right hand side. You see? Right there. Dress the edge. Make sure that's good. Alright? So once you get that in that spot, you're going to take the waistline and bring that down to meet the leg. Alright? Once again, you're going to make sure everything on the side is good. You're going to dress the edges. So now, once you get to this point, it's going to get a little tricky. Alright? You're going to take the crotch material right here, and you're going to fold it in. Alright? For it to be a straight line going down here. You don't want to fold it too much and it'll be crooked. If you fold it too little, it'll still, it won't be right. So if you just grab it just enough and fold it, make sure it's a nice line, about even to the other side, you're good to go. So you're going to hold that in place, and then you are going to fold it over. Right? And then everything should be lined up. You're going to want to make sure everything is like a nice, neat box. Okay? And the checkpoint for this is when you look at it, you're going to see a house, right? And you're going to see a crescent moon. Alright, so you're good to go on that. And then just make sure everything is dressed. All the edges are nice and neat. Make sure it's as close to a box as possible. And you are good to go with your trousers. Oh yeah, and one thing, make sure the single fold always faces you when you're putting it back in your rack. Alright? So that's the trousers for you. Alright, so next, we are going to want to fold the blouse. So just like step 1 with the trouser, same thing with the blouse. Make sure everything is laid out nice and neat, flat surface. Make sure all the edges are lined up together. Dress your edges. Make sure that's good. And also make sure all of your buttons are buttoned. Because once again, they're going to check for that. Every button has to be buttoned except for this final one right here at the neck, just like you would wear it. Alright? So once you get that good to go, it doesn't matter which arm you start with, but you're going to do what's called the Batman fold. So first step in that is to take whatever arm you want to start with, bring it all the way across, like so. And then you are going to want to take your finger your thumb, whatever, hold that spot and then fold it over like so. Alright, and then you're going to want to make sure all of the edges line up as nice as possible. Make sure that's good. Should be nice straight line running down the side. Then you're going to want to do the same thing to the other side. So just like so, take the arm, throw it across, make sure it's good. Take a finger, your thumb, and fold it right back over. And the same thing on this side, just the edges. Make sure you're good to go on that. Alright. So next step, you're going to want to take whichever arm, doesn't matter which one you start with, you're going to grab it like this and fold it in towards the center. Alright, then you're going to want to press down and make sure that's lined up well. It's going to be a little hard because of the little pockets that's right there, but press it down as good as you can. Alright, and then you're going to want to do the same thing to the other side. Grab it, fold it in to the center. Make sure those meet in the middle as good as possible. Some overlap is good just because of the way the blouse is made. So you're good to go. Alright, make sure it's all lined up. So now here's where it's going to get tricky. Alright, so this next step, you're going to want to eye the thirds. And what I mean by that, you're going to want to take the bottom of the blouse, and you're going to want to fold it to a spot where you would only have to fold it one more time and everything lines up. So you want to eyeball it as good as you can. So that looks about right there for me, maybe right there. And then here's where it's going to get a little tricky. You're going to want to grab it, and you see how when I'm bringing it up, this part wants to come out. Just be aware of that. So fold it as much as you can and fold it in. And see, as you can see right here, I folded it a little bit too much. So that's how you know you didn't do it right, because you got all that extra space right here. That's not good. So that's okay. Learning experience, right? So you're going to bring it back down a little bit. Make sure everything is good, right? No. Yeah, bring it back down. Then you are going to want to try again. Fold it in. And boom. There it is. And you know it's good because it lines up. You see the color lines up with that line. All the sides match up. Once again, it's another good box. Alright? But you're going to want to leave it that way. You're going to want to have the back all the way on the ground. So then once again, make sure the single fold is towards you. And you are going to take that and put it on top of your trouser. And then everything should be one nice box. Pro tip though, when you get your new uniform, you're going to want to do what's called a recruit fold, or recruit iron rather. You're going to take this, spread it out a little bit, and put it up under your rack, up under your mattress. Alright, and then you're going to want to sleep on it for like a day or two, whatever. And once that's good, all of the creases will be in place. You can almost like throw your uniform and it'll just automatically fold into what you need it to be. So it'll make it a lot faster for inspections. Also, I suggest taking one uniform, maybe one or two, and leave it as your inspection pair. You know, that way, whenever it's time for an inspection, you take that one or two, put it on top. That'll be like the very first thing your RDCs will see when they open up your rack. And it'll be perfect every single time because you never washed it. It never got the chance to be wrinkled. It's all brand new. All of the edges are good. And you're good to go. All right? And don't worry about having less uniforms. You're going to wash clothes very often in boot camp. So yeah, there you have it. Okay, and last but not least with the folding game is going to be your t-shirt. Alright, and just like with everything else, make sure it's nice and neat when you start. And I'm trying to tell y'all, if you use one shirt, just at least one, leave it brand new, don't wash it, don't wear it, leave it perfect. It'll make it so much easier. You don't have to worry about anything. But anyway, once you get it nice and neat, get all the wrinkles out, whatnot, best you can, you want to take the bottom of the shirt and then you want to fold it all the way up to your collar. Tip of the collar it should be touching. Then you want to dress out your edges. Make everything as straight as possible. You know what I'm saying? Once you're good with that, doesn't matter what sleeve you start with, but you're going to want to take it and fold that in. You don't want to fold it in that much. You don't want to fold it in that much. No. Make sure it's lined up with the edge and it's one nice straight line going down. Dress your edge. Feel me? Then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Grab it, fold it in. Just where it's touching the rest of the shirt. Alright? So make sure that's good to go. Alright? So once you're satisfied with that, all nice and neat, as good as possible, you know what I'm saying, you are going to want to take the top, right? And just like with the blouse, you're going to eye the thirds. So you're going to fold it in. Now for everyone, depending on the size of your shirt, there might be like a good spot for you. But for me, it's good when I have the whole, this part lined up with like the tip of the armpits, right? So then once you get that good, you're going to want to fold it in again. Boom, right? And it should match up right here along this edge. Press it down. Make sure everything is good to go. And what I mean by out of thirds, like, you see how that's in there and it's not like folded crazy and it's not like too short. It's like just right. That's what I mean. You're going to want to make sure that's touching in there without too much, adversity, if you will. So yeah, once you get that good, you're going to want to take one side, fold it over the other. Dress your edges. Press it down. Make sure it's a nice box. No edges are hanging over. No edges are hanging under. And to check this, make sure you're good. When you look at it, to check it, you're going to want to see skinny, fat, fat, skinny. So once again, skinny, fat, fat, skinny on the folds. So you should see 4 folds there, 1 fold here, 2 folds on the other side, right? Lay that down nice and neat, and you're good to go. Make sure that single fold is facing you. And that is how you fold your NWU Type 3 uniform.